Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Lisa, and today I'm going to do a quick video just to kind of show you what I've been up to in my studio today. I'm going to call it a studio since it's Sunset Maple Studio. Very formal. So I have been talking about these two stamp sets and getting some more stamps. I'm going to turn these over so you're not getting glared out to death here. But in my little box that I have to the side here, I have just I'm kind of running low, but I've got little bits of these pre-stamped, and I use them a lot. They're great to have on hand. I've only stamped a few of these guys at some point. I haven't stamped the whole thing, so I decided, you know, it's about time that I go ahead and do that. So I've done a few ahead of time. I'm going to do just one on camera to show you how I did them, and then cut them apart off camera and come back and show you how many I got. So I have taken full sheets of neutral colored cardstock that were 12 by 12, and I cut them in half, 6 inches, because these were approximately 6 inches and about 8 inches tall. So I decided to cut them in half. So I've gone through and stamped these into a couple different colors, couple different backgrounds, and I looked, like I said, cutting apart for it. So I had a archival, I think it was one of my mini stamps, and it was, I believe, of course I put it away, it's ground espresso, that's what it was. And so I did, this one is the curator stamp, and I did it in a ground espresso, and then I took my VersaFine Clairs, and I have a blue, which is, the official name is Twilight. I did one in Twilight, I did one in the red, which is Tulip Red, and then I did one in the, it's not really black, it's Nocturne. For that, it's like a grayish black. So I did those, and I did the other one, which is the Tidbits, which is the one I originally did. I did one in also the Blue Twilight, the Ground Espresso Archival, did one in the Tulip Red, and one in the Nocturne. Now, unfortunately, the stamp is like exactly 6 inches, so sometimes things kind of fall off and a little hard to go straight. So they're not exactly perfect, but in the end, I think it'll be fine to be able to do these. So let's get these out of the way and show you what I did. I need to still do the black one, which is Nocturne. Actually, the grayish one, I misspoke, is Morning Mist. It's like a blackish gray. Morning Mist. So I still have to do Nocturne. All right, so let's start with the Tidbits one, and let's find my 6 by 12 piece of paper, and we're gonna go ahead and do this. Get that out of the way. And then, I'm gonna also at the end show you, I did my orange fabric journal and got it all sewed up. So I'm gonna do a quick flip through of that to show you what it looks like. All right, so we're just gonna go ahead and stamp this whole sheet on here. It is really truly perfect to be able to do this and the curator one this way, because you can stamp everything at once instead of taking each one and stamping them individually. I think there's some of them on, I've done these separately, like pulled them off and stamped them, but I think there's some on here that I've never actually stamped individually. And I know for a fact, before I stamped this full sheet, there was ones, you can still see the rubber is stuck between it. Now there's usually a smoother and a not smooth sign. I'm gonna try to do the smoother side for these and do my best to do them straight. And that's probably the hardest part of doing this, and that's why some of them became a little off in the end. Laid the end down, and I'm not gonna try to push too hard because I don't wanna spread the ink too much. I really, especially with this VersaFine, it's pretty good, but I wanna make sure the whole thing is on there. So I'm gonna, and I'd say probably in my doing of these, the ones that come out the least are probably the corner ones. All right, boom. All right, so there it is. So you can see this example 3. It's hard to see. That fell off, but that's okay. The S from that 20 days is gone, but in the end, it'll all be good. And what I'm going to do is, like I said, I'm going to keep these as bases for some sort of something else. All right, we'll get that one out of the way, and I'm just going to get this, try to get this a little bit cleaned up. I do have a, this edge was off the end, probably the darkest part. I do have a wipe that I can wipe this off. I was kind of in between the colors, avoiding the wet wipe because I didn't want it to have it dry, but this is the last one that I'm going to stamp for these, so I'm going to use the wet wipe and dry them off. Okay, so the next one, or last one, or whatever you want to call it, I'm going to do is the Curator version. And get our paper. I think we'll do more an off-white one. Now this one might be easier to tell. There's definitely a textured side and a not textured side. We're going to do the non-textured side for this, and I see this is coming out a little bit. All right, there we go. I hope your day is going well. I have done a little grocery shopping this morning, and it is getting super hot out here, this area, and not looking forward to it. So today was probably the coolest day of the week, and it's going to be in the high 80s. We're going up to the mid 90s coming up here, which is not my favorite. I told my husband after grocery shopping, I'm like, do people summer in Alaska? I know, like the what they call them, the snowbirds that, you know, live in cold states, and summer or winter in Florida or Arizona. Like, is there a reverse thing where the people who live in colder states? Now, I don't want it to be super cold, but I hate the 90s. When I was younger, I used to love them, but now, and I'm getting older, I do not like them. I do not like them, Sam I am. I do not like green eggs and ham. Okay, boom. All right, not too bad. I can see I shifted over a little bit, so these are cut off, but in the end, I think it'll be okay. Because I'm sure I have another set of colors where this one is less cut off, and I can still use them for that. All right, so I'm going to pause the video, and I'm going to go ahead and cut all of those ones that I just did, and I'll come back and show you all the stamps I got from that, and then we'll go through and do a flip through of the orange journal. So I'll be back in half a split second for you. All right, I am back and all done cutting. Wow, there's a lot of little tidbits and Curator stamps. For sure. And I think I forgot to mention in the beginning of the video that if you were interested in these, I do have a link down below for my to Amazon for these, for the Curator and tidbits. They're very, very fun stamps to have. So I think I'm going to put these into one of these. I'm hoping they can fit because yeah, there's a lot of stamps. And I wanted to say, I cut these down pretty wide, just snip down the lane and then snip around them. But then what I do when I go to actually use them, I will take and cut them down farther and ink if I want to get them done. But I always just rough cut them when I'm starting out, and then I tweak them when I want to get them actually done. So these are all going to just go in one big pile and in this bin. They're going to get all mixed up. And I think what I'm probably going to end up doing is digging through my little box there and find all my extra ones that I have left over from my original one and put them in here so I have them all in one spot, because holy cow, look at that. So 5 sheets of each one. That is a lot of little tidbits. I love it. I'm so excited that I know, like I said, I kept saying, I gotta do it. Okay, so next bit of business is the orange journal in fabric. I have shown the cover before, and I have shown in other videos how to install a signature, so I did not do it on camera this time. But if you want to see one, I can link one below. Ask a question or just search, adding signatures on my channel. I mean, everybody's got one out there to do. I just did the regular 3-hole stitch for that. All right, so let me show you. Look at that. That is one of my lovely orange freebies pages. I thought that was so pretty on the front there. So if you haven't checked out the freebie on my Ko-fi account, please go check that out. All right, this is a Tim Holtz card in there, another one of my freebies, the ones that I had stamped with those big foam stamps, a coffee dye piece of paper. I'm not sure I think that's one of my digitals. I also had one that I didn't put out. One of these might have that because it was very similar to another one, so I'm not sure. This one is one of the digitals. This is from that flower book that I was talking about that I'm going to do with my Go Dog Go or flowers. That's one of the pages for it. So I just folded that in half. Again, painty splashes. Digital on both sides. Again, freebie. This is the freebie. This one is the freebie orange. This one is the freebie floral. So if you haven't seen that one, there is a watercolor floral. So that's that one. And I think that's in the orange kit. That's in the orange kit. Again, painty splashes, just a invoice. That as a digital, I'm not sure. This might actually be, I think I got some of these from the coffee account of Joey Cardmaker. That's it. I was like, take it for half a second. What's his name? Joey Cardmaker. He's got a lot of freebies on his page, coffee. So if you haven't seen his, after you go visit my freebies, put in Joey Cardmaker, Joey, and check out his. He's got quite a few freebies. This was a pocket that I had made on a double-sided pocket on a video. This might be the digital that I didn't put on there. This one is for sure on my orange with the lace on the side. It really came out pretty. They cut it right to that lace. I like that one. And the other side of that pocket. Again, those are digitals. I have invoice, my painty page on the back of digital. There's the other side of that watercolor floral. And yeah, so just a lot of fun stuff. The other side of the Tim Holtz, other side of my digital, and that back side. It's just so, that page was so pretty with this cover. I really, really liked that to go on there. It just blended so well. All right, well, that is the fabric covered journal. So this week, well, no, it's probably the end of the week. Next week for sure, I will start putting stuff in there, pockets, etc., tags, as well as working on the Go Dog Go. But yeah, so I just want to come on real quick and show you that I decided to work on these and show you what I've been working on. Yeah, very excited. All right, that is going to be it for me. Like I said, nice quick video, and I'm off to make some other fun stuff. Thanks so much for stopping by, and as usual, I hope you all have a wonderful and creative day. Bye now.